5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, people? This is No Labels Podcast, man. Look, man, we got another artist spotlight, man. Look, strictly, this is not your regular episode. This is strictly on promotional basis. You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching, you need your business, your music, your clothing. You need something promoted. I would suggest that you get it now while it's free. But without further ado, today's guest in artist spotlight is Moraine Jackson, a credit expert. We talking money, we talking credit, we talking houses, we talking knowledge, and we just here to chop it up with my family over here. I actually know Moraine. And being that she is a credit expert, I can speak to you by actually watching her, like from the moment that she started getting serious with credit to becoming the credit expert that I'm interviewing now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no reason to lie because it makes me and the podcast look bad. So I'm standing on it. You know what I'm saying? Results don't lie, and she definitely has results. I actually watched her come up. I actually watched her gain the knowledge. I actually watch her now as she teach people. Genuine person, man. And matter of fact, I'm gonna let you tell the people who are you, what you do, etc., etc.
Well, thank you so much, Willie, for the opportunity. I definitely want to give it back to you for just giving me this opportunity to share. Well, as a credit consultant, as a credit expert, I help people get their dreams, basically. So those who are looking to get a home, to buy a car, maybe get lower interest rate on a home or car, things of that nature, that's basically what I do. Helping people to get from where they are to where they want to be.
Okay. And what is actually, because we got a lot of stuff going on out here, man. Like it'd be a lot of people in our inboxes, credit experts, FX traders. So when you say credit expert, what exactly are you offering? Like what are you offering to people? What is your service that you're offering? Like, okay, I'm coming to shop with Moraine. What am I getting?
Well, the main thing that a lot of my clients come for is to repair their credit. I offer a service that actually has 12 products. The main, of course, as I said, being credit repair. Our company actually evaluates your credit reports, write your dispute letters for you. All you have to do is send those out to the 3 credit bureaus. In addition, we give you tools to help you to budget, to save money, to have a will and trust and power of attorney, which a lot of people, and especially now we're not out to clear with the pandemic, but it's definitely important to have your finances in order. So just giving you tools to help build your credit, to organize your finances, and to protect your future and your legacy as well.
That's dope. And you know what? Being that you did say something about the pandemic, like I think the pandemic opened all of our eyes, and it's like to the importance of being financially stable, because you never know when everything is just going to shut down, and you want to be able to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like because we never know. You know what I'm saying? So financial, like that's a big thing in the culture right now. That's a big thing in the Black community. And I'm gonna go back to a couple of things, but like she was saying, they assist you with their credit, but they also educate you. You know what I'm saying? So with the building of the credit, you also offer financial education. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about it earlier, and basically, basically they do the footwork, they do the heavy lifting, almost like Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you going to the store, Amazon sends it to you, so you pay for the convenience. I mean, all these things that we're telling you, you could do on your own, but truth be told, most of us really don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. I'm signing up for her services, but it's like for you or anybody else working on credit, we're basically paying for the convenience of y'all doing the heavy lifting, y'all doing the footwork, but we're not also paying for the convenience. We're paying for education. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't for the people who ain't got serious with life yet. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for the people who still, you know what I'm saying, still want to play. This for the people who say, all right, look, I got to get it together. I got to get right. But being that we are talking about financial education, and give us an example of, not by names, but what is the worst credit score that you had so far, and how long did it take y'all to get it good?
Well, what most people don't understand, Willie, I definitely want to just briefly talk about credit, is that your credit score can range anywhere from 300 to 850. So one of my clients actually had a score about 350. And within a few months with our services, she was able to go from that credit score up to a 600.
350 to 600. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's great. And okay, like whatever you can share, like, what does that process involve? Okay, I'm coming to you with a 400 credit score. Okay, what's the first step?
The first step, of course, is to enroll. Then what we do is I walk you through, we actually give our clients a portal so they have access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I do not see their credit scores. I do have some clients who are just like, look, this is what my credit score is. I want to get a house in 6 months. I want to get a car, or whatever it is they're looking to do. And I walk them through their client portal. They pull their credit. They're able to see right then what their credit score is. And then while they're waiting for us to evaluate their credit report and to look at everything that's negative and write the dispute letters on every negative item, then they have everything else in their portal that they can access. They can monitor their credit so they can see a copy of their credit report to understand what's on it. Like I shared a little bit earlier that my sister would always say, hey, we need to get our credit reports every year, but I didn't know what to look for. I had no clue. I'm like, okay, my name is Marini Jackson. That's correct. Okay, I had that bill, but we actually show you, this is what's on your score. This is what's negatively impacting your score. These are the things that are working for you, but then also giving you a plan to show you, hey, if you do this within the next 120 days, these are things that can help improve your credit. So we actually give you a roadmap as well to show you, hey, this is how you can improve your credit. While you're waiting for your letters to come, you can also go ahead and get hooked up and do a will and trust. You can start looking at your debts and putting your debts into our debt payoff system. Like some of our clients are like, should I consolidate? Should I get maybe a payday loan? Should I do this? With our debt payoff system, we should actually show you with adding no additional income, without consolidating or doing any of those type of things. You can use your existing salary, pay off your existing bills with your existing money. And usually it's quicker than, for instance, if you had a 30-year mortgage, you can actually pay that off quicker by just using the system that we have.
Okay, so I got a question for just the regular person who may not understand financial literacy. Okay, like we were talking earlier, like you talk about saving and putting away money, but how would you tell a person to do that? Save money. What is a good method? Being that a lot of people paycheck to paycheck, as soon as they get paid, it goes out. So what is a logical way that they could start saving money? You know what I'm saying? Like, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I would definitely say having a budget. Looking at what it currently goes out, what's allocated to bills, and then maybe looking at some of your other habits. Like a lot of people eat out.
Yeah, food be the biggest.
Yes,
food be the biggest. Boy, that poison.
Yep. So with eating out, or some people, they may like, going out clubbing or whatever, entertainment. Like some people may say, hey, I want to take trips, things of that nature. But if you have a specific goal you're looking to reach, for instance, if you're saving money for a down payment for a home, then you may have to say, I can still go eat out. I usually eat out 3 days a week, but maybe let me cut this down to 2 days. So just showing you simple things that you can do, looking at your current habits. I can say for myself, I wasn't really an eat out type person. Like when I did have a colleague, he ate out every single day.
Yeah.
Breakfast and lunch, every single work day. He
Wow.
ate out. So I know that for him was a lot of money going out the door. But for me, I'm like, hey, my goal is, especially last year, my big goal was I need to pay my car off. So what I did is I looked at, okay, maybe I don't want to go get a bagel from Panera today. Maybe I won't go to lunch this place. Maybe I'll skip out on going to Dunkin' Donuts. And then I started looking to say, okay, if I put this extra $20 towards paying down my debt, or for somebody who's looking to save, you can start small. One thing I do is I automate my savings. Every time I get paid on that particular Friday, I say, this is how much money is going to my savings account. So to make it real simple, automate it. If you're someone who's getting payments direct deposit, like your paycheck, go ahead and have a savings account, have it set up on this date, whether it's $5, $10, however much you want to save, just go ahead and automate that savings. So you'll automatically do it. Because if you just leave it up to yourself, you're not going to save.
So basically, you got to have discipline.
Discipline.
You mean?
Yes.
Because hearing you say that, because I'm finally getting to the place because I've always known that you need discipline to do, but you just really don't want to. Like you get paid, you see, you know what I'm saying? You want to grab your food, you want to get your plate, you want to go somewhere, and it's like you know what you got to do. So to me, it sounds like you got to get to the point where you tired of being tired and you knuckle down and you be disciplined. But getting back to your business, credit expert, like how much would it cost for someone today to sign up for your services?
To get started with the services, it's $188. And then afterward, or each month going forward, it's $89 per month. But we actually have a program for our clients so they can actually refer clients. And when they refer their friends and family who gets enrolled, they can actually potentially get their services for free. So they don't have to pay that $89 when they enroll, when 5 of their referrals enroll.
Okay, so is there ever a case that someone comes and their credit isn't improved?
There are cases. I did have a client. I'm glad you asked that. I did have a client, and he is in Louisiana. He moved from Texas to Louisiana, and he shared with me his goals. His goal was to buy a home. So I listened. He got enrolled, walked him through his portal. And I usually check on my clients. I'm definitely not someone who just enrolls people and runs. I definitely check on them. I'll send them a text message or call. Hey, how's everything going? Do you have any questions? Did you send out your letters? Do you need any help with anything? And he texts me. He's like, hey, I need to talk to you. And I was like, okay. So when we got on the phone together, he's like, hey, my credit score, it went down. Why did my score drop? And I was like, well, what's been going on? He actually told me, he's like, well, as you know, I moved from Texas to Louisiana. I have an apartment and I had to get furniture for my apartment. And I'm like, okay, well, congratulations. That's good. What he didn't tell me initially when he sent the text to say, hey, my score dropped, is that he opened up an account at the furniture store. He didn't only use all of his credit with that account. He actually maxed it out, spent more than the credit that he had with that furniture account. So of course his credit score went down because he maxed out on his account. Okay,
so just hearing that, so with your services, there are things that the customer must do so that it works.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a partnership.
Yes.
Even though y'all doing the heavy lifting, it's more of a partnership. And what is the name of your company again?
It's United Credit Education Services.
United Credit Educational Service. Now, I know there's a lot more, but I want to ask this, you know what I'm saying? Because anyone watching this, they want to know what kind of person is like they trusting their money with, trusting their credit with. And I want to ask you, why did you jump into, why did you become a credit expert? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could just be for a regular job, and that's fine. I just want to know, like, why are you in it? What's your motive? Is it a passion?
It's definitely a passion, Willie. I'd say I didn't know what I didn't know when I first got started with the company. I purchased my home. I've been a homeowner for 11 years. And I wish somebody, as I told you before we got started, I wish somebody would have told me about credit. I simply did everything my realtor said, which is absolutely fine. But now that I know about credit, now that I know things I could have done to get a better interest rate,
Yeah.
or even I could have saved some money for additional money for a down payment, and it would have helped me a bit more so my payments wouldn't have been as much as they were. For me, it's definitely a passion to educate people as they're getting the help with their credit, to let them know just because you're starting here, you're starting at a low score, you're starting with less than perfect credit, you don't have to stay there. And I think a lot of people are afraid or ashamed or embarrassed of where they are. And I've had some prospects who pay people. They paid some of their trusted friends, or they may have seen a yard sign says, "We fix bad credit," and they didn't get results. So for myself, I use the services. I was able to I now have a credit score in the 800s.
Oh,
which is awesome.
I gotta get that.
And the services have additionally helped me pay off my car. I was able to refinance my home last year in a pandemic. I was able to pay off 2 personal loans, able to save money. I've been able to give more at church.
She's not lying either. When I say we watched her come up, we literally watched her, and I can personally vouch for that. And that's, I mean, were you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Now, see, that's the person that I just wanted to ask that question so that anybody watching this may be interested in coming to Moraine out west. I wanted you to know what kind of person she is. That, I mean, because now we see it everywhere. I wish it was in school. It should be in school. And I think it's worse in the Black community, you know what I'm saying? Because we weren't taught finances. Like in other communities, they actually taught finances. And we are way behind in that. Now we're starting to come up now because the education is out there, books is out there. People talking about it like you. But at the end of the day, we don't feel like doing some of that stuff. And that's where people like you come in. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's because, like, we still got to do the work when we partner with you, of course. But y'all do the heavy lifting.
Yes. So
it's like, okay. And I'm totally with that. I'm signing up personally, me and the wife. I'm tired of being tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of knowing what I got to do and not having the discipline to do it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing. I mean, it's still a business. Yeah. I mean, we all trying to get paid out here, but at the same time, if you can get paid and help people, give people knowledge, that's what it's all about to me. I got a couple more questions. Feel free to chime in if you got anything. But somebody watching, never bought a house. How do you? Because I heard you mentioning about a realtor. How do you come into buying your first house? Or buying a house, period, and how do you come in and you trying to get a lower,
interest rate?
Interest rate, yeah. How do you come in getting a lower interest rate?
I actually partner with realtors. A lot of the realtors I know, I always ask them, hey, do you have a system in place for your clients with less than perfect credit? Because realtors, they're the person, of course, that shows their client the house they want to buy. So when someone's going to a realtor, the realtor recommends you go to a mortgage lender. So you get that pre-approval letter to know exactly how much house you qualify for. But for those who have less than perfect credit, sometimes they're hesitant to go talk to a lender because they know it's, of course, pulling their credit, and they already know they don't have the best credit.
Yeah.
But for me, partnering with the realtors and also the mortgage lenders, if they have clients who have that dream of buying a home, then I actually, with my services, work with that client so that they can become ready so that they can get that approval from the lender. And years ago, many years ago, I actually worked for a friend's mom's mortgage company here locally, and there were people who did have credit challenges, and I didn't know a lot of what I know now, but I always got frustrated because my clients didn't get approved. Some of my clients, they didn't make it to that closing table.
Yeah.
But now that I know why they didn't make it to the closing table, I make it my business. When I hear people say, hey, I want to buy a house, I always try to connect them with someone I know. Hey, do you have a realtor? Okay, have you talked to a lender yet? Where are you in your process? And that, for me, that's the biggest joy. One of my clients recently purchased a home, and that family actually doesn't live too far from me. And for me, seeing clients go through the process, getting what they want, moving from renting, and there's nothing wrong with renting. Everyone starts somewhere, but knowing that they have a home of their own, that they have a legacy for their daughter, that if anything happens, she does have a home.
Yeah.
For me, that it warms my heart. My mom, she uses the services as well. She's partnered with me. She went from paying $400 for her car payment down to $200.
Oh, mama getting it.
She had a 20% interest rate on her car.
Like so many other people.
Yeah.
Like I done had.
Yeah.
And trust me, you paid 7 years for a $12,000 car.
Yep.
And it's crazy. By the time you pay it off, you can't even drive it.
No.
And it's like, I mean, that's powerful. And it's like, for someone like me, and I know I speak for a lot of people, like my mom and dad did the best they can with what they had. And I understand that. I mean, they did taught me to save, but all this extra finding credit and all that, they didn't have the education. They didn't know themselves, you know what I'm saying? But they did taught me what they knew. But once you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
So it's like, for people like me who just talking finance, it's kind of overwhelming because we don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally start from scratch. I mean, we got the internet, we got YouTube, and nowadays it ain't no excuses, but it's still intimidating to people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like your services, because we can partner with someone, and you know what I'm saying, who has more knowledge. It's okay. It's okay to ask for help when you don't know. Don't be prideful, and it kind of brings down the anxiety of tackling that big old well by yourself that you know nothing about. You can go into war with somebody who then actually been to war and then won. And I'm with that. And this is what it's all about for me, is just promoting people like you. You know what I'm saying? To help you, first of all, to help your business. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It is a business. We all trying to get paid out here, but when you get paid, at least you're helping, you're educating. And I personally recommend her. Me and my wife are personally going to sign up for her services. And is there anything that you would like to promote? Anything that you would like to tell the audience at this time?
Well, I'll say, as one of my mentors says, she loves connecting the dots between the haves and the have-nots. And as African Americans, a lot of us don't know. And that's why ignorance is not bliss. So for me, as I'm learning things, I always pass it on to my clients. There are different ways that we can build our credit, have positive trade lines added to our credit, different services that we can use. For instance, with Experian, which is one of the credit bureaus, they have a service called Experian Boost. It's something absolutely free. Basically, you link your checking accounts that you pay your cell phone, which we all have a cell phone. We all pay our utilities, whether you're a homeowner or not. That is a simple thing you can do to boost your credit score absolutely for free.
Wow, what's the name of that?
Experian Boost.
Experian Boost.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you go to.
That's the key right there. That's the key. You can boost your credit just by paying your light bill, just by paying what? Just simple things, right?
Cell phone bill. Yep. Your telecommunications.
I'm doing that tonight. That's fine.
Yep.
That's a gem. Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience? It's your show.
Well, also, I know, like we've been talking about home ownership, but renters, we have a service that actually reports your rent to the credit bureaus, to TransUnion and Equifax.
We all need that.
You can get that positive trade line added, get credit for making your on-time rent payments, and that can put you and boost your credit score so that you can actually become a homeowner.
You can raise your credit by paying your rent on time, people.
Yes.
I don't want y'all to sign up for it and pay your rent late and then say she was lying. The rule is if you pay it on time, you can actually boost your credit by paying light bills, just regular utilities, things we got to do to live.
Yes.
And that's just some of the keys she out here giving. I didn't even know this, so I'm about to go look that up tonight. Because like you say, ignorance is bliss until you're 40 and everybody else is in a house and you're still in an apartment. And like I say, there's nothing wrong with an apartment if that's all you can do for the time being. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ownership, like if you're gonna live somewhere, you might as well own it because rent is really a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm renting now, so I'm not trying to sit high above anyone. Me and my wife working to get in our first house now, but I know, and I know everybody know that rent is really a waste of money. If you're gonna pay that, pay it on the mortgage.
Yes.
It's like at least your money going somewhere.
Yes.
And I'm with it. So what's the name and how can people reach you?
You can reach me by going to, if you're on social media, I'm Marini Jackson on Facebook, at Marini Jackson 1 on Instagram. And you can email me as well at mojackson01@gmail.com. I was going to share one more tip as well. So for those of you all who have credit cards, you can actually add your children as authorized users. If you have good credit, you can add your children as authorized users, and that is a way that you can help your children to build their credit. Because if your child's in high school or younger even, they don't have credit. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, in the African American community, some parents, if their credit isn't the best, it's less than perfect, and they've messed up their credit, sometimes they'll put utilities and different things in their child's name. So when that child turns 18, 19, 20, 25, they're going to get that first apartment, job, things like that.
Kind of find out you got to overdue light bill.
You're like, how come I got a Georgia Power bill from 2005? I wasn't even old enough.
You got war in your name.
Yes.
Yeah, that's real though. So you can start getting your children credits done. Establishing your children's credit now. As long as you got good credit, you can put them on your credit card as authorized user, and it will begin to build them credit.
Yes.
So look, there you go. Breaking generational curses.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're not. Our parents did. Our grandparents did all they could, all they knew. Education was slim. Now there's no excuse for us. We got the internet. We got people like Marini. There's no excuses for us not to end our life passing down a house, property, wealth to our kids, to the next generation. And I'm with it all. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put all of her contacts underneath. I'm going to put her Instagram. I'm going to put all the ways to contact Marini Jackson. I recommend her. And if you one of the people, just be honest. If you're one of the people who don't feel like doing all the heavy work, you need some help, you don't understand, this is where you want to be. And this right here is the No Labels Podcast Artist Spotlight. And like I said, artist means whatever you do, your hustle, your grind, your business. Today we talking credit, tomorrow we may be talking flowers, whatever it is. But any last words?
I would say the best thing you can do is get started. No matter if you're paycheck to paycheck, no matter if your goal is home ownership, if you feel that it's out of reach, definitely know it's not. Just because you start here, as the song says, it started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah, started from the bottom. Yeah.
Yes. So you don't have to state, like a lot of people think just because my credit is bad, just because I had a bankruptcy, that's a scar that I have to bear for the rest of my life. No, it's not. Your credit can definitely be improved. It definitely can be improved, and you can leave a legacy for your children. your children don't have to start on the bottom. You can definitely start today helping yourself and also helping your family so that they can be in a better place and that you all can get the dreams that you want to have.
I'm with it, man. Look, do it scared, do it anyways, man. It's worth it.
Yes.
Be willing to put the work in, have some discipline, man, and carve out a better life for you and your family, man. Look, I appreciate you. I'm pretty sure whoever watching this, whoever will watch this, they appreciate you. And we need people like you. We need education. We need people willing to educate us. But we have to be willing to be educated, and we have to be willing to do the work ourselves. But yeah, this is No Labels Podcast, All the Spotlight. This is Moraine Jackson, credit expert, and we are out, man. See y'all next time. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We good.